this is your sister Magic and welcome to another video on the Programmatic Nook. Today we're gonna talk about how do you know if you're getting a sign from the universe. And it's always something weird. This is it. This is how you know this is a sign. It will never be something you are expecting or something that is already around you. When you're getting a sign from the universe and you didn't ask for it, it is just a sign that is coming, so you're gonna do something with it. It is a calling. It is never something you're gonna expect, and it's always gonna be some weird. I have a bunch of examples that I lived myself in the past, so I'm gonna be looking at my notebook so I don't forget the stories that I have to tell you today. The first time I had a sign from the universe, and it was something I had to do. It was a bunch of blackbirds all around my neighborhood, all around the neighborhood I was working at the time, and where I was living in my 20s. A lot of blackbirds is not what you expect to see. We have a lot of oh my god, what's the name of the bird? The bird that everyone has, that is purple and green, and everyone tell that they are the red of the sky, which is not fair because they didn't ask to be born into our society. They go through, I have the name in Portuguese, but it just slipped from my mind. Whatever. A bunch of blackbirds is not common, and I was seeing them everywhere. Little birds, bigger birds, huge blackbirds, all around houses, in my workspace, and everywhere. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I was in a time where I was thinking I was an atheist or agnostic. I wasn't really sure because I always believed in the universe and energy. And when I was stuck in that feeling like, okay, I don't know what I believe in, I don't have a path, I don't know what to do. And then these birds started to show up everywhere. And what I did was I searched on Google, like, I'm seeing a bunch of blackbirds. What does it mean energetically? And I was led to a blog about Wicca at the time. That's how I started in witchcraft with Wicca. I'm not Wiccan, but that's how I started back then. And you know it's a sign from the universe when it is this weird. You live in a neighborhood that you doesn't have squirrels running around, and all of a sudden you'll see one squirrel, a family of squirrels, a bunch of squirrels, a murder of crows. I know people who live in countries that crows are common. Maybe they are not a sign because they are always around, but maybe there is one crow that is just acting different with you. Maybe that crow is a sign because it is weird and you are not expecting it. Another example I have is horses. Again, I don't have a lot of horses around me, and I had this specific um, relationship with a deity, and I was building this relationship with practices, and I asked for a guidance and a sign that we were evolving in our relationship. And this deity is related to horses. And all of a sudden, a lot of horses started to popping up on the street. I was going to take a bus to work, and then there was a horse on the bus stop. I was inside the bus, and all of a sudden, a horse was walking by the bus. It is always something weird that you are not expecting to see around you every day in your life. If all of a sudden you are walking in the street and you see a leaf that is not common in the area, it is spring, but you're seeing some brown leaves already, and it is not time for brown leaves. Or you see a feather. Feathers, I think, are the most common sign because birds fly all around the world, but feathers can be tricky because you don't know where the feather came from. So not exactly a sign if that bird is always around. Maybe it's just a feather that fell in his fly. But if it is a feather and you can identify that it's not related to the birds you already have around your neighborhood, maybe that's a sign. What they have in common is that they are not supposed to be there. A book falling from your bookshelf out of nowhere, it is not supposed to fall. That feather is not supposed to be there. That rock shape specifically is not supposed to be there. That animal. I have a real connection with animals, so a lot of my signs come through animals. I'm thirsty today. Oh my god. I just had lunch and now I'm thirsty because it is hot here today. It is supposed to be winter and it's hot. But how to befriend the universe to send you signs and to practice so you can recognize when you are having signs? How do you befriend the universe? My favorite practice to befriend the universe so I can practice my intuition and connect more with the universe and the signs it sends us is to ask for a specific, real specific sign that you are not gonna see if you are not asking for it. My list, the last one I tried was a unicorn in teal color, teal purple aquamarine color. It was a real specific color in my mind that I wanted to see, and it went weeks until I saw the unicorn. And of course you have to take a note, write in your notebook. I asked for XYZ to the universe, but you forget that you asked for it. But because it is so specific, you're gonna see that thing and you're gonna go, oh, I was not expecting it. And you're gonna go to your journal and you're gonna see, oh, I asked for it in July 25. and now I'm seeing it. That is a sign from the universe that you asked for. So you are creating this relationship with the universe where you show the universe that it can trust you with signs, and then you're gonna respond to it in a way that you put your life in motion. And if it's an ad, it's not a sign. So when you are doing this exercise where you are asking for something specific for the universe, don't ask for something you are searching every day or something that you know gonna pop up. Sometimes because of your age or because of your country, certain ads will come up naturally because of the algorithm. So don't trust ads to communicate the signs, because that is something you were already looking for, or the brands were consciously pushing you to buy. So if it's an ad, it's not a sign. And if you are asking for a specific sign for the universe, don't search for it ever on the internet, because the moment you search for it on Google or Instagram or TikTok, that thing is gonna start to show up. So you are not gonna know when it's a sign because you search for it. So when I asked for the unicorn, I wasn't searching unicorns. I don't go around searching about unicorns on the internet. And what came up to me was on the internet on a post, but was not in it. A person posted a picture from a movie. I never listening about that movie, and that was the unicorn I was asking for. So if the sign, if the thing is on the internet, maybe it's a sign. Maybe you have to be real with yourself to realize, oh, it is a sign because I didn't search for it. It's not an ad. Algorithm doesn't know I want to see it. Or I was searching for it. It is something always came up to me. It is not a sign. It is just a picture of a bird. And this because we are in 2026 and we are inside the internet. We are on the internet. So we're gonna see signs on the internet. Probably you're gonna see a sign inside the book. Probably you're gonna see a sign on the street, a literal plate or a billboard saying something on the street for you. But you're gonna see signs on the internet because we are in 2026 and we are here today on the internet, and someone gonna say something in a video that it's gonna read to you as a sign. And this is another thing. If someone said something in a video and that video is not related to spirituality, it is not related to magic, witchcraft, it's not related at all to the sign you ask for the universe, probably it is a sign. But if you are the kind of person, being there, done that is watching a lot of tarot readings, a lot of intuitive readings, a lot of predictions, and the person said something, has someone who make sometimes pick a card readings, that is not a sign. Yes, the reading can totally relate to your life, be a good guidance, and everything, but specific for signs. You asked for the universe. It is not a sign. It is already inside the script that you're gonna listen to something that maybe read has a sign. But because it is inside a collective reading, it is a collective reading for a reason. So no, probably it's not a sign inside that tarot reading, that fifth tarot reading you are watching in the same day. And to finish, I want to give you a how to connect with the elements, specifically the wind. I really like to connect with the wind because it always answers my questions and my fears and connect with my energy. So how to connect with the wind so you can have a sign from the elements from the wind. I like to close my eyes, take a deep breath because it's the wind after all. Connect with my body and wait. You can do this inside your home or in nature. I love to do this in nature, talking to the trees. So if you have a tree around, you have a tree in your backyard or a park near you, you can go there, place a hand on the tree and just breathe, connect, and ask for the tree and the wind to just show up for you. Feel the wind around you moving weirdly. It is not just a fluff of the wind passing by. You're gonna feel that it is a different kind of wind. So talk to the wind and ask for something. Not a yes or no question, but open up, communicate really. Tell the trees why you feel hurt you. Tell the wind why you feel hurt, who hurt you. Ask the wind if it can send a message in your name, like it is a bird of male bird. That is the same bird, I forgot the name in the beginning of the video. That bird, exactly. The wind will blow out of nowhere, and you know that you are being listening to the wind. And one last thing about connecting specifically with the wind and the elements. Try to do this in a day that doesn't have wind at all. You just go outside. There's nothing. It's hot. It's burning outside, quite literally. And ask to talk to the wind. It is gonna be a blow out of nowhere. Maybe not in the first try because you're just connecting, but you're gonna see because you are creating this relationship, the wind is gonna show up more every time you try it. So it is it for today. This is my tips to you to realize if you're having a sign from the universe or if it is just a bird that show up on your window. And if you have another tips for the baby witches, leave it down below in the comment sections. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I see you another time in another video. Bye.